Hey everybody, welcome back. I did not mean to hit that table so hard, but welcome back to another sofa sermon. And you may be wondering where, in fact you probably already know where I am today. I'm back where it all began in episode 1 to basically say that this is the last one that I will be recording at home. As some of you know, I'll be returning to church and we're going to use the sofas at church. So now that the lockdown has eased a bit, I'm going to be going to church, making sure I'm socially distant and all of the rules are being followed. So don't panic about that. But I just thought it'd be nice to come back to where it all began and to say a huge thank you. I can't believe it, we're at episode 14 and we actually still have people watch these videos that we make on the internet. So a huge thank you for that. I think it's actually going to be very interesting now, because what I actually want to ask is 14 episodes in, why are we actually doing what we're doing? I probably should have asked myself that a bit earlier. Probably should, have thought about that. 14, where did the time go? Why is my life slipping away? I'm so old now. Okay, after my existential crisis that I've just gone through there, this is episode 14 and I wanted to talk about what really matters in church and why are we doing what we're doing on the internet right now. What activities are non-negotiable within church, are vital and must always remain the same? ? Alternatively, what changes should we be open to making in order to ensure that our churches are relevant to our communities? When we look all the way back, when we look at the early days of the church, we see that they were committed to certain activities such as worship, spending time together, and helping people within their community. And we 100% should be as committed as they were to those things to this very day. And it seems very clear to me that a healthy church should be doing all of these things. But it doesn't say exactly how we should be doing these things. Acts 2:42 says, they committed themselves to meeting together and to the teaching. One of the most interesting things is to see how different churches have adapted over the past few months. With lockdown and life being so different, it's only a few months ago that life was normal, completely different to how it is now. And that is an extended acceleration of something that happens over normally a long period of time. Normally life changes as different things are invented over a longer period of time, or different rules change. But unfortunately, we've had to go into this sort of lockdown situation, and churches had to adapt so quickly. And it's been interesting to see how different churches have adapted over the past few months. Life is so different, and a few months ago, it was so much maybe better even. Are we, as in Grimsby Church of the Nazarene, a fast-changing church to keep up with the world, or are we willing to be left behind? And that stands true for every church, whether you come to my church or whether you go to a different one. That stands true of every single church. Are we a fast-changing church to keep up with the world, or are we willing to be left behind? If you don't want to talk about coronavirus and you don't want to talk about, the fast-changing society that we live in today, and you want to attach it a bit more to church, let's talk about worship. Worship is something that we do in church and often is done through song. And it's very interesting to see how different worship songs and how different they are from how they used to be and how they are performed. Who has ever read, and I'm bringing props today, one of these? Something like this. Something with all of this sort of thing inside. Who's ever read from one of those? Thankfully, I haven't. Updating of songs to these modern ones that we sing today, because the ones that we sing today are more relevant to the style of music that the majority of people and ourselves that are in the world but not of the world, okay? It's most relevant to the style of music that we listen to today. More and more churches today, and particularly today with what's going on at coronavirus and everything like that, are exploring new ways to do old things. Different ways of worship with different styles of music. Some even, and I don't know how they do this, are doing it without music. Likewise, some preachers like myself are looking to be more and more creative and give variety and intrigue to what we're saying and how we are saying it. The important thing to remember is that the new methods replace the old methods, but the purpose never changes. Huge elements of church life are addressed still in the things that we do, but in a more lively, up-to-date and innovative way. As a church, there are some things that we should always be doing no matter what, and I mentioned that some earlier on. But let's be open to worshipping God in brand new ways. One of the ways that our church is doing this is stepping into the YouTube and online evangelism space. We have got so many plans that is going on in the background, so many things that myself and other people are working on in the background right now. Some of them are short term, some of them are long term, and some of them you'll hear about soon, and some of them you won't. But we are taking a step of faith into a new ministry because we believe that the purpose of what we're doing remains the same, but the way that we are doing it needs to change. If you're excited about the plans that we have upcoming, then please do hit the subscribe button below and the bell icon next to it. Follow us on Facebook at Grimsby Nazarene and you'll be the first to find out when the new stuff goes live. Because the purpose of what we are doing is not changing, but the way we are doing it is. So it's time for our church to keep up / maybe even catch up. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Share it around with other churches that may want to hear a message like this. All churches right now need to band together during this time. It's a very difficult time, and I hope that what we're doing here on YouTube and the other churches that have Facebook pages and things like that, we can band together during this time, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.